I, Suzanna Keith, am running for City Council. Over 12 years ago, my husband Andrew and I moved to Rye for the great community and the wonderful schools. Now, 12 years later, after I have served as president of 4 major community organizations, the Newcomers Club, the 37th Twig, the Twig Inc., and Midland PTO, I am standing before you saying it's time for change. We need to get back and bring new leadership that can run proactive, transparent, and a government managed by long-term planning. Our city budget has grown from $15 million to $34 million. Our debt load has grown by 19-fold to $24 million. And more importantly, our mortgage taxes have doubled over the last 12 years that this administration has been in office. As you know, many people are struggling, from seniors to families with young children, to parents who have children in college, to empty nesters. We must find a way to get our town government back on a sustainable path through fiscal responsibility, transparency, and proactive government. Our taxpayers need to see results for their dollars, and that's what we'll get out there and do. We rank the infrastructure based upon what people say when we've been out there walking the neighborhoods, and we need to make this happen, and that's what our team will do for you guys. We would come out with a priority plan. We would not have a $65 million wish list. For me as a consultant with an MBA and 21 years of marketing experience, if I went to my clients and said, I've got a $65 million wish list for you, which project would you like? They would kick me out of there, because what we really need is to prioritize the top 10 projects. We need to make sure we understand how much they cost, fully vet that with the public, push the county and the state for our fair share of funding, and then act decisively on that plan. Traffic safety is a passion of mine. At Midland, with our team, we did the first ever Midland Traffic Safety School. We had a pledge. We really tried to get ahead of the issues. And what we've been hearing a lot this summer is that so many people would really like to have it easier for their children to walk to school. I've heard concerns about crosswalks around Milton. In particular, I've heard a lot about Forest, where parents stand in front of Horton Street and they have to wait until another mom comes by, so that even though they're standing there with 20 kids, to cross the street. So I think we need to get out there. We need to get all these things in a plan. I know there was a dialogue about Forest Avenue and that there was a hearing, but I think we need to reopen that issue and see what we can do to get safe walking and safe biking. We got to work together as a community. We all really want our children to be safe. I think we can do more with education. I think we can work very closely with the Y and Safe Routes in the school to all work together. And I think that we can start with education. Tell people that listen, in some of the traffic safety pledges it said, please don't talk on your cell phone. Please be careful. Those are some of the things that potentially, we can get out there and say, and then we can really work together with the police force to kind of enforce. I'd just like to say something, especially as a neighbor to that potential area. I live right over on Hillside. I'd like to know more about the plan. I'd like to see what are the details, what's the negotiation. Unfortunately, all we know is what's in the press. So we need to hear more, because I think a lot of issues need to be vetted, especially by the neighbors. How do we feel? Is it worth it investing our money? And one thing I just want to do is sing Doug French's praises, because I don't know if he doesn't toot his horn often enough. As the Rye Rec Commissioner, he has been having a strategic vision. He has been working on these things. He has been putting plans together on our user fields. He's the person who did the analysis on the Durland Scout Center for the City Council and said, gosh, it's a great idea. It's a great piece of property, but financially it does not pay out. So I just wanted to applaud Doug on his great work. It's interesting. A long time ago, I was on the Playland Commission, and same issue came up again. So I think, the important thing is we need to get that commission reactivated and make sure that people's views are heard, because no matter what goes down there, we got to make sure that Rye has a really strong say and that we're influential and we're part of that decision, because we need to protect our families that are on the streets. We hear complaints about noise, we hear complaints about trash. We got to make sure that our public feels good about what happens there. So I hope that you will look at our team and our great experience as business people of delivering results and taking action. And I hope that you will realize that we will listen to your problems, we will analyze the situations thoroughly, and we will act decisively. And I hope that we will have your vote on November 3rd.